Now,
maybe she doesn't know.
Beyonce doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't think Beyonce. And they're not going to share that with
Yvette
her.
knows. I got the receipts. I still have the receipts.
What I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate.
Men who are supporting Cassie, who maybe have some stories about you that might feel a bit similar, you need to be put on mute. This is not your time.
There are rumors circulating that Jason Lee may have some explosive information regarding the marital strife between Beyonce and Jay-Z. Some even claim that Jason low-key attempted to alert us to their separation long before anyone noticed. If you have been using the internet recently, you have undoubtedly noticed Jason agitating and disparaging Queen Bey on his talk program. He flatly cornered Beyonce on camera months ago, implying that he had information about her marriage to Jay unless she could get Kelly Rowland to endorse his program. That is brave. Fans at the time did not buy it and made fun of him severely for attacking Beyonce in that way. However, now that there are new rumors circulating that suggest Beyonce may be prepared to leave Jay-Z, everyone is returning to Jason's comments with the question, wait a minute, did he already know? It appears to be far messier than anyone anticipated.
We can take it back a step further. We can go all the way back to when he was trying to get with Aaliyah. The Foxy rumors. This man has a legit history of what he's allegedly doing to Beyonce now. So why is it so far-fetched to y'all to think that he's not doing the same thing to Beyonce? Just because it's Beyonce? I'm gonna need y'all to take y'all stand caps off and put your thinking caps on.
Here's the lowdown on how the whole Jason Lee controversy actually began. It all began in December when Jason became irate after Beyonce excluded him from her invitation list for her lavish London Renaissance film release party. Here's the thing, Jason was not one of the many influencers who Beyonce invited. He criticized her on Live, claiming that she does not support black media. Furthermore, Jason stated that he spent an outrageous $40,000 on Renaissance concert tickets and merchandise for his entourage in the hopes of securing a golden ticket to her VIP event. However, despite the fact that other influencers with far lower levels of commitment and spending were attending the party with her that evening, Beyonce did not give him that invitation.
I think optically, when you don't include other black leaders in the culture in the fold, I mean, not just take me out of it. The Breakfast Club, I mean, you should have honored and brought more black. And I spent thousands of over $40,000 in tickets and shared the experience with friends. And I've done a lot, and I'm not even going to say it here because if I did, this internet, Beyonce's good internet, would go great.
Check this out now. Jason got on his show and began revealing details about the dirt he says he had on Beyonce after he finished his short tirades. Believe me, the visitors were unable to believe what they were hearing, as evidenced by their open eyes and frozen jaws on the floor. Jason was not finished though. He took it a step further and essentially attempted to blackmail Queen Bey live. He bluntly stated that if she could pull strings and get Kelly Rowland to sit down for an interview with him, he would keep quiet about the secrets he is keeping. Crazy move.
I'm gonna tell them while Johnny puts a beat, or you'll never know what it is, but I want you to see their reactions. Ooh. And that's where I go back. We're friends. Can you imagine had I put that on Hollywood? Like, oh, there's one more thing. Boot this, Johnny.
Woo!
So that in itself, I think Beyonce could have gave me a...
Maybe she doesn't know.
Beyonce doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't think Beyonce. And they're not going to share that with her.
No. Now, if I get that message to Beyonce, I'm connected. I could get the message to Beyonce. You know that, Yvette, we're trying to book Kelly Rowland right now. Now, if I don't get Kelly Rowland, then it's going to be a problem. Then I'm putting out receipts.
Fans dismissed Jason's tirade at the time, claiming he was merely being resentful and pursuing influence. He had no actual tea on Beyonce, according to everyone. In the present, however, there are a lot of rumors circulating that suggest Beyonce and Jay-Z may be divorcing. Social media users are making connections and speculating as to whether this is the same tea that Jason has been hinting to and threatening to spill all along. And let me explain the origins of these divorce rumors for anyone who is unsure. Jay has been connected to many women over the years, and he has previously acknowledged cheating on Beyonce. But when people began looking into Jay-Z's relationships with Diddy, the most recent drama really took off. According to rumors, Beyonce was caught off guard by some dubious financial dealings Jay was supposedly conducting with Diddy, and she is currently attempting to put the matter behind her before it blows up in their faces. As everyone knows, Jay-Z and Diddy were inseparable for decades, but things recently become unstable. Just before Cassie revealed the lawsuit, Diddy boasted in an interview that only his mother and Jay-Z are allowed to call him Sean. He was obviously attempting to portray their relationship as solid, akin to that of family. Here's the worst part though. Diddy probably knew Cassie was getting set to bring her blockbuster lawsuit when he made that statement. According to her attorneys, he had been attempting to make deals for a long time and had allegedly offered her millions of dollars in exchange for her silence, as if to warn, do not get engaged in this mess, because if I go down, I am taking you with me. Some people believe Diddy purposefully mentioned Jay in that interview. It also grows darker. According to industry rumors, Jay and Diddy's treatment of women is more similar than most people realize. Jaguar Wright even made outrageous accusations, suggesting that Jay might be worse than Diddy. She claims that fear, not loyalty, is the reason Jay has remained silent during all of Diddy's turmoil, because Diddy might also expose Jay if he chooses to speak out, and that includes his alleged private treatment of Beyonce.
Sean Carter is worse.
Oh man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy. This been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 years.
Hold on though, because this tea gets hotter. Jaguar went beyond simply criticizing Jay. She also investigated the long-standing claims that he was having affairs with younger women in the business. Fans have not forgotten the names that have been mentioned in passing, including Foxy Brown, Aaliyah, Tiara Marie, and even Rihanna. Then there is his dubious relationship with A.R. Kelly. Even when Kelly's heinous actions came to light, Jay flatly refused to sever relationships. People were seriously side-eyeing him for that alone.
Saw Jay-Z. And he was working with R. Kelly and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all those records together. They both, Aaliyah, they shared so much in common.
Furthermore, Beyonce's relationship with Jay has been the subject of years of derision from her own followers. The circumstances surrounding their initial encounter have always been a little dubious. According to Beyonce, they began dating a year after they initially met, when she was 18. However, Jay-Z made a huge mistake in an interview with Charlie Rose in 2007. He became anxious when asked how long he had known B and unintentionally revealed that they had met 10 years prior. People were quickly raising their eyebrows at that small detail.
Wow, a long time.
How long? 10 years?
However long she's been recording. That's when I met her.
Well, don't you remember how long it was?
Yeah, when I met her. I mean,
Was it 5 years ago? Was it?
I met her 10 years ago.
But did you say to yourself at that time, wow?
That's a fantastic talent.
Was that what you said?
Yeah.
That slip indicates that they first met in 1997, according to the calculations. Jay was already 28 years old, while Beyonce would have just been 15 or 16. Fans are searching through his previous relationships because of the age difference alone, and the rumors are not pleasant. According to rumors, Jay was purportedly courting Foxy Brown when she was still in her mid-teens and vowing to make her a famous before Beyonce. People are comparing it to Diddy's relationship with Cassie. The analogies do not end there. She was only 19 and he was 36. Over the years, there have been claims that Jay got Beyonce addicted to drugs. Uncle Ron, her claimed ex-bodyguard, has promoted this theory. He claims that Jay is in charge of their relationship, controlling Beyonce, and making all of the decisions thanks to that influence. Outrageous claims, and Jaguar did not mince words either.
Yeah, Beyonce's on. She's been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
She even went so far as to say that Beyonce is essentially confined, living in a luxurious gilded cage like a prisoner. No true freedom within, despite all the grandeur on the exterior.
Talking about Free Britney, y'all need to be doing a campaign that say Free Beyonce. She is a prisoner in a gilded cage.
However, this is the turn of events that truly made the divorce rumors go crazy. Jay-Z recently took a stand against Beyonce, accusing the Grammys of failing to award her the long overdue Album of the Year award. When he initially stood up for his queen, Jay received applause from onlookers. However, Admirers with keen eyes could not help but notice Beyonce's appearance. Rather than seeming moved by his words, she appeared tight, almost irritated. Then, the most peculiar part arrived. Jay did not even refer to her as Beyonce when he was up there complimenting her. He called her this young lady. Fans were asking all kinds of things after that clumsy word choice.
So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won album of the year. That doesn't work.
The moment that left everyone baffled was when Jay, Beyonce, and Blue Ivy left the Grammys immediately after he concluded his little address. Jay was present to accept his own Global Impact Award, so tell me that is not odd. Hold for a second. He respects the Grammys enough to accept their prize, but he is also disparaging them for their prejudice against his wife? Make it logical-like. Even more absurd is the fact that, despite being in front of millions of people, Beyonce was not even mentioned by name or even referred to as my wife. Supporters could not get rid of the strange feelings, and many claimed that the incident reminded them uncannily of the time Diddy yelled at Cassie at Betty just months before her case was dismissed. Furthermore, rumors have it that Beyonce has been working harder than ever to promote her new hair care business and release a new album since she is on a financial mission. According to rumors, she is attempting to build her own company apart from Jay before the scandal surrounding his suspected dubious activities with Diddy blows up in her face. Given that Jason Lee made those remarks shortly after Cassie's lawsuit went viral, some are now beginning to question whether the T. Jason Lee joke about Beyonce was connected to Jay-Z's friendship with Diddy. Fans are shaken as the dots start to connect. The entire incident appears to be more messy than a club drink that was spilled. What about Jason? If he ever chooses to reveal it, he may be harboring some significant secrets about Jay and Beyonce that may ruin the entire game. No one can predict if he will reveal everything. One thing is certain though, Jason does not hold back when he speaks. Fans believe they would not be surprised at all if Jay-Z is revealed to be even worse than Diddy, and the social media platforms are already ablaze with comments and viewpoints. And here's the twist though. Additionally, some individuals do not view Beyonce as the victim. Many people think that if Jay fails, she might be worrying about her own secrets coming to light. This drama feels like it might go in any direction because of this. Tell me, do you believe Beyonce is truly prepared to submit those documents, or is she too entrenched in her business to do so at this time? Please leave a comment, click the like, subscribe, and share buttons, and I will see you in the future video.